Welcome back, everybody. Rewatchers Council Angel Edition. Boy, oh boy, am I glad to be joining you. This is Snark here. Joining me. For goodness sakes, everybody. Big round of applause for Ferris Muthana. Ferris Muthana here. He applauded himself.
Yes, I
Self
did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
didn't even give yourself a standing ovation. It's like even him he gave himself a warm response, which I think is
Yeah.
I think that's it's warranted. It's a warranted warm response. Guys, we'll be talking about season 1, episode 12 of Angel. And if you were expecting a good episode,
You didn't get it.
well, you got expecting. You got expecting.
This,
Uh,
oh man, I forgot. This show has some stinkers.
it has, at least this has some parts that are, enjoyable. It might not be a
No,
great episode.
no, Rob.
Like,
I want you to tell me what part of this episode was enjoyable.
every time we had the special guest star, and he wasn't even special at this time, but every time that Ken Marino showed up, it made me very happy. Of course, Ken Marino, originally from the state, and Wet Hot American Summer. Burning Love, if you've never seen Burning Love, is very funny. He was in Eastbound and Down, of course. Children's Hospital, and if you've never seen Medical Police, that's kind of like the spin-off. I loved that. Oh, it only got one season, Medical Police, but I absolutely loved that. And of course, it was Captain Jason Stentley on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That was very fun as well. And he has a little thing a little project called the Middle Aged Dad Jam Band that sings on YouTube and stuff like that. Like done Board to Run.
He's one of those. Hey, I know that guy.
Exactly. But yeah,
There's
I'm a big
there's an entire documentary about those guys.
yeah. Ken Marino is great. He's fantastic. Anyways, let's go to the episode itself. Well, first we should mention. How dare you, Ferris? Also, by the way, first we should mention the original air date, January 25th, 2000, and what a day it was. Following up in Buffy's footsteps, we get Expecting, written by Howard Gordon. This is the first one he's ever written by himself. He co-wrote Hero, R.I.P. Doyle, and also What's My Line Part 1 on Buffy. So he has some experience writing for Cordelia before. Directed by David Semmel. This is the first one ever on Angel. The last one on Buffy was Lover's Walk. Lover's Walk, the one where yeah, the one where something happens to Cordy in that one. I believe she gets a rebar through the chest in that one. Again, he's directing something that maybe not the best day in Cordy's life, we'll say.
That's an understatement.
When you want to do harm to Cordy, you ask David Semmel to
Yeah. Yes.
He's the man you call. Now, we mentioned on the Buffy Rewatchers Council that this episode reminded me of something. I don't know if it reminds you at all, Ferris, but it reminded me very much of Bad Eggs. When in high school or whatever, they had to take care of an egg. Inside it, though, was a demon that was.
Oh yeah, I remember that episode. Yeah.
Not, of course, it's not quite the same and stuff like that,
No.
but just the way that Cordy is eventually going to be hypnotized by this pregnancy and stuff like that, and then them all coming together in a certain spot. Now, first thing in the episode, we get to see Cordy has a bizarre filing system. This is what you get when you hire an 18-year-old girl to run your office who has zero experience.
Yes.
I guess she's been filing things quite oddly. She what was the lady's name, Mrs. Jansen or something like that, put on under F because she's from France. So yeah, I don't think she gets paid very much. So you get what you pay for, Angel. You get what you pay for. Wesley's going to stop in. Wesley has nothing better to do, by the way, guys. He says it's his ads, not acts and ads. I thought that was a weird thing to call it, and I had the captions on to make sure like he just didn't say the word right. But no, it's very much ads. So I looked up what an ads is on the good old internets. Ferris, this isn't an ads. An adze is like an axe, but the blade goes the other way. It's like horizontal, not vertical, for making chips out of things and stuff like that. This thing is like an axe with a pointy end. So, anyways, there's that. Not only has he brought this ads that isn't, he brought word puzzle 3D. Can you think of two people less inclined to play word puzzle 3D than Angel or especially Cordelia Chase?
Yeah, no, they don't do word games.
I don't think she would play words anything. Anyways, then we get to see two Cordy's friends show up. We've never seen them before, of course, but it seems like they're pretty good friends. Serena and Emily. Get used to Wesley being kind of like the pratfall guy for a bit, the physical comedy guy. He sticks
Mm-hmm.
the ads, or if you will, into the wall. Then we see Serena mentioning that there's this guy named Christopher that had to do unspeakable things to get.
No. His name is Wilson.
Yeah, but she says it's Christopher first.
Oh,
His name, ridiculously, is Wilson Christopher.
what an idiot.
So as a guy who has a last name or a first name as a last name, I find it. I took it as a particular gut punch that they give him a last name as a first name.
It's like Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby's, well, that's two first names, but I have two first names. This guy gets a last name first. It's like if my name was like Thompson Clark.
That's a cool name.
Well,
You should change your name.
You think that's a cool name,
Yeah,
Thompson?
you should change your name, Rob.
Well, you think so? You know what?
Yeah.
My name was supposed to be Buford Archibald Clark.
Yeah, you should have. They should have stuck with Buford.
You think so?
Yeah.
My dad wanted to name me Buford because Walking Tall had just come out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
and,
it's like when I watched Singing in the Rain, and
Yeah.
Homeboy's name was Cosmo. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna name
Just
my
like
son. You know,
like
I'm gonna name
Kramer.
I'm gonna name my son Cosmo Buford Muthana.
You know what? That is a strong name.
Yeah.
That's
Or
a name
Buford
that
Cosmo.
that's a
No,
name that
Cosmo Buford.
that's a name they gave kings,
Yes, they
kings
did.
and
Yes.
senators.
Fun fact about me, Rob. I have two
Yep,
first names.
Muthana's a first name too.
Yeah, it says yeah.
Nice. Yeah, mine
Mm.
is it's always been a first name. Seems to be coming out a lot more lately. There's a lot more Clarks as first names lately because more
Yeah.
people started watching Superman. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Anyways, who stole his name from me? Probably. Anyways,
Somebody
so
save me.
come on. Oh yeah, I had to. Yeah, third season of that now. Almost done the third season. I'm
Oh, nice.
for me motoring along. Anyways, yeah, Wilson Christopher, as she says, so Christopher had to do some unspeakable things to get them entrance into this club in La Brea, Ferris.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not from LA, so I don't know what that means.
I have no idea. Anyways, but
Ain't La when someone says La Brea, I think of the tar pits, but apparently La Brea is a area in LA.
yeah, turns out Wilson Christopher is a photographer, and oddly, a fashion photographer, oddly not the ethno-archaeologist from the Brandeis.
No. Sorry, Wesley Wyndham Price. WWP.
Could you imagine having the same name as an ethno-archaeologist?
Oh, that's
How cool that would be.
yeah.
Anyways,
It's like when you find out there's two Michael Jordans.
so this is going to be his and Cordy's third date, supposedly. Angel didn't know about this either. She says, "Oh, because she's embarrassed of him. She's embarrassed of the cool vampire detective that she works for." But yeah, I guess he can be a bit of a dork. Her friends don't seem to mind him though at all. Even though they have dates. Like, come on, ladies, keep it in your pants. They don't mind Wesley either. Wesley, is maybe a bit of a klutz, an English
Hey man,
klutz here.
hey man, this is what you get for just being tall.
Yeah, that is.
Being tall erases a lot of deficiencies.
You can be poor, you can be English, but if you're tall, you're gonna be just fine. Cordy's got a vision while all this is going on.
Tall Englishmen? People
I
love the
got
accent.
I got into Live Aid because of a tall Englishman. He was honestly one of the tallest people I've ever met in my just in and around, especially in England. Like for England, I think this guy was like 6'8" or 6'9".
Okay.
He stood out. Anyways, so yeah, Wesley and Angel gonna run over distraction while Cordy's on the ground here with a searing, painful vision. They knock over books and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. This time when they do the vision though, we actually get to see an address. So one thing I've complained about this entire series is how do they know? How do they just know where to go?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, this time it shows an address and stuff like that. So at least the visions had, the common decency to
Show an address.
give them a heads up. So here's another thing: the girls also think that Angel and Wesley are a couple, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think these days, I think people wouldn't bat an eyelash at those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
Cordy's going to slyly describe what she saw. She's going to take off. Wes and Angel also going to head off to do battle, of course. And Wesley has a stupid pratfall with the ads. They're like really making Wesley like the comedic relief of the show so far. And you should think pratfalls like this already. Going a little deep. Wait till the next episode, guys. Holy. All right. Now, turns out, of course, that the address that Cordy gave them belongs to a couple of seniors. They take a stranger breaking into their house whilst holding an axe or adze and a crossbow pretty well. Actually, pretty well considering they're in their mid to late 70s. I would guess they don't even scream. They don't say a word. Angel's gonna notice the target next door. They make up a story about how they're killing termites. You should
Mm-hmm.
see the size of these termites you guys have in California. They gotta take them out
Pretty,
with crossbows.
pretty big.
I've never seen a termite in my life, but I guess they're a thing down in California. Now, Angel and Wes are going to make an absolute mess of this apartment. Yellow goos everywhere. They're screaming. There's panic. But I guess in LA, nobody calls the cops about these things. It's just whatever. Nobody knows this. Wesley's trying to dress shame Cordelia. He really gets on Cordelia's case
Mm-hmm.
in this episode. Like, oh, she got the address wrong. It's across the street, guys, and she didn't give it. It was like the powers that be that did it. So right now, I think Wesley's a bit of a jerk in this one, to tell
But
you
also
the.
dropping facts.
Oh my goodness gracious! Anyways, we find out they fought a Tavel demon. Right.
Ooh.
I don't think it matters much for the rest of the episode, but there you go. Wes is going to continue to deride Cordy's work here. Even he doesn't even work for them yet, and
Mm-hmm.
all he's doing is maybe he's angling. Maybe he's angling for Cordelia's job, which is even worse. Angel just excuses it as being young and she's going to find her way in this world Ferris, for goodness sake. She's only
Mm-hmm.
18 years old. Wesley finally relents when Angel says that he thought her friends liked him. Oh, Wesley needs as a compliment every once in a
Mm-hmm.
while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he
Confidence running low. A little.
sure.
Some
And
words of
yeah,
encouragement.
he also said that the fact that they thought they're gay just adds some mystery to it all. So they're taking it in stride. I think that's very nice. Anyways,
Absolutely.
taking things in stride. Here we got Serena over at the club. She's flirting with the bartender. The bartender seems to be a little into him. She gets this drink
Mm-hmm.
for this guy named Jason. She starts making out with him. Serena. Serena's working. She's doing good.
Shout
We
out
see,
to you.
yep, yeah, a girl, Serena. Cordy's with Wilson. Or Cordy's with Wilson now. They seem to be very comfortable with each other. For a
Mm-hmm.
person we've never been introduced to, he seems very into Cordy, which is nice for her. She brings up how she was in high school, of course, because it wasn't long ago, of course, that she was in high school, and the fact that she's 18 years old in a bar like this is concerning. It's concerning for the liquor license, I would say, more than anything else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he relates with her how LA can make people insecure. He tells her that he's the one behind the camera, not in front of it, Ferris. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? He's not living in front of that camera. He's the one who's taking a backseat to everybody. Now, he's gonna take her home. Enough of this stuff. He's gonna take her home. He's gonna be a proper gentleman. He kisses her. And he's about to leave, but Cordy stops him. Cordy. She's gonna invite him in. Dennis tries to do some blocking here. And then it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. He's maybe a ghost, but he has feelings, Ferris. But it makes no difference. She threatens him with an around the clock performance of Evita by Madonna. That would be enough. That'd be enough for me, except for
I didn't understand that threat, but I feel like that threat sounds horrible.
You Are a Monster. So in the 90s, they did a movie version of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Evita, uh,
Oh,
starring Madonna.
it's a
Like don't
play,
it's a musical.
a
Don't
musical.
don't cry for me, Argentina. You've never heard that?
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay. That's a Vita. Yeah, okay.
don't cry for me,
When someone says Andrew Lloyd
Cordelia.
Webber, I think of Cats.
Sure. Well, he did that one too. He
Well, I didn't know he did other stuff.
the Phantom of the Opera. I think he's
Oh, oh yeah, and the Phantom of the Opera. Yeah, yeah.
I think he's done quite a few musicals in his day,
Yeah.
and pretty famous for them. Anyways, so Cordy's going to not act like a virgin, if you know what I mean. Just bringing the
Mhm,
whole
mhm,
Madonna thing
mhm.
back together. This is 4 years into knowing Cordelia. The first time we ever see her intimate with anybody. She has related on Buffy that she had been with people before, never with Xander, who she spent a year with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had to wait for Faith. Remember that? Maybe Cordelia should have waited a little longer because, uh oh, she's gonna wake up.
A big old surprise.
Let's just say incredibly pregnant. Let's say this is as good an excuse you can have for safe sex, everybody.
Mhm.
Just protect yourself.
Yes.
Angel and Wes are going to come by to check on her. It's
2
past
hours. It's
yeah,
past noon. So no, it's
it's
a
past
quarter to
noon.
noon. It's a quarter
It's
to noon.
like, what is happening here? They haven't
Mhm.
heard from her. Angel's just going to break in. I'm sure if he would have asked Dennis nicely, you know what I mean? He would have opened up. They
Open
all
the door.
know. They know
Yeah.
each other. Wes says it's not like she hasn't been shirking her duties lately. Like, come on.
Just,
What are you,
just being an ass.
Wesley?
Just being an
Ridiculous.
ass.
Yeah, they're gonna find Cordy on the bed. She's hoping everything now is a nightmare. She's gonna, she fills them in on what happened with Wilson. She didn't have to, I don't think.
Mhm.
No, it's like her own business. She's a grown lady at 18 years old. Once again, this franchise just seems to sex shame. It sex shames all the time.
Mhm.
It's even a quote later that sex is bad by Angel. Like, come on, you guys, relax. Cordy stresses that,
He's just jealous. He can't have any.
oh my God, well, he can. It's just probably not great. Not great. It
Because there's
won't
a
be great.
chance that no, because there's a chance he becomes angelous.
I think it's a very good. It's almost a 100% chance, but
Yes.
only if it's true happiness. He doesn't have to find true
Uh,
happiness or
you know,
something. You know what I
true
mean?
happiness is at the end of the action.
Oh boy. All right. Anyways, Cordy keeps stressing that it was safe. It doesn't look like it. It
No,
doesn't. It does. She keeps saying how he was
he's
safe. It was
pregnant.
safe. Yeah. It doesn't. You know what? I don't know if it. Anyways, she doesn't know what to say to him. Angel gets her to call him, and he'll do all the talking. Like, just get a hold of this
Mhm.
goddamn Wilson. Like, Angel's gonna take care of this stuff. Cordy believes she's being punished. Everybody who has sex, it seems, on these shows gets punished. So
Mhm.
I can see how she can feel that
That's
way.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Wesley's the one who's going to assure her she's not. Wesley Wyndham Price finally is a human being towards Cordelia in
Yes.
this episode. Turns out Wilson's number is out of service. When I don't know if this was a thing, but they call.
How quickly can you get a number out of service?
I think probably pretty quickly back then. But why would they say there's no new number at this time? What did that ever happen? Like I've called
I don't
voices.
know.
And
I don't know.
I guess yeah, you're not in that generation. You're not in the
No,
landline. You're not the landline generation,
no.
which is ridiculous. Anyways, so Angel's gonna tell her to rest. You know what? Don't worry about it. We're gonna handle this. He and Wes are gonna leave, and then we see Dennis. Well, we don't see Dennis, but Dennis gonna give her some tissues, tuck her in. That Dennis is a good dead ghost. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Good for him. So there's no way of contacting Wilson. Angel believes he's some kind of parasitic demon. All right. Wes has heard of these demons that impregnate humans. The mothers don't seem to survive labor that often, Ferris, or ever. Angel tells Wesley to get her in for a prenatal exam while he goes after the deadbeat dad. Um, I don't know how it is in California. I guess maybe because America has a different kind of health system than Canada, for better or worse. But
For
is
worse.
yeah, is it that easy to just walk into a doctor's office and get a prenatal exam that
Nope.
day?
Nope.
I think that's I think these
That's the
guys.
most. This show has
Is that
vampires. No, no. This show
ghosts?
has vampires, demons, ghouls.
Yeah,
You name it, Rob.
yeah,
Hunters.
sure.
That was the most unrealistic thing about this entire show.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same
Yeah.
thing. So, well, he goes and gives Cordelia this fantastical prenatal exam. He's going to go after the deadbeat dad.
Mhm.
He finds that bartender, no problem, from the club where they were at. Tries to bribe him for info.
By the way,
Yeah,
that that bartender
yeah.
is Damian Lewis from Billions.
There you go.
Shout out to him and Paul Giamatti.
And Paul Giamatti. Come on. I thought you were going to say from.
No, Paul Giamatti plays the.
I thought you were going to say from Band of Brothers. Band of
Oh
Brothers.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he is. He is in Band of Brothers with Stephen Graham.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Paul Giamatti. He's like, no, 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 no. He's in there with Ross from Friends, if I remember right.
Wait, in Band of Brothers, David
Yeah,
Schwimmer was in Band of Brothers.
yeah, he was their sergeant or whatever, and
I gotta, I gotta
Kurt,
watch
Kurt
Band of Brothers.
Carnegie, is that what the place is called?
Yeah.
And by the end of the thing or whatever, he outranked him. Remember, he said, you don't salute, you salute the rank, not the man." I thought that was a good, that was a great.
I've never seen Band of Brothers, so I don't know.
You are a ridiculous monster.
Yeah,
Maybe you should have a rewatchers council for Band of Brothers starring Ferris Smith.
it'll be a limited series. It's only what, like 8 episodes? 10.
Was it even that long? I think it might have been that. Yeah,
I think it was 10.
yeah.
10
You
or
don't
8.
have to. Yeah, you don't have to watch the Pacific either. It's fine. Band of Brothers is the one to watch though. Anyways, he's going to try and bribe this bartender for some information. But when he mentions that it's William Christopher he's after, he says
Mhm.
that Wilson goes wherever Serena says. He's kind of putting the blame directly on this girl that he was trying to, he was making the
Head on.
googly eyes with here. Anyways, the guys supply the money. Serena supplies the girls. It's not looking good for Serena. None of this is sounding too good for him. Now, when we go to Cordy and Wesley in the waiting room,
Mhm.
and besides the entrance or whatever, being able to get the exam, yeah, how crazy that is. But first, A, Cordelia has overalls. Cordelia Chase owns a pair of overalls. A.
I believe it.
B.
Kind of as like a chic thing. It's Tupac made it really popular in the late 90s. So it was probably like like a like a like a farm chic
I was thinking you were
thing
going to
that
like
thing.
TLC or something like that.
Yeah,
Listen,
TLC.
yeah.
TLC did it.
But have you ever seen Cordelia Chase wear blue jeans on the show? Because I don't remember her ever even seeing wearing blue jeans.
Well,
But
it's a dawn of a new age,
I guess,
Rob.
yeah, it's, you know what it is? It's the 2000s.
Yeah.
Ferris. For God's sakes, let the lady wear some damn overalls. What's the matter with you? But how did she have overalls that would fit?
That's
She's
the problem.
8.5 months pregnant.
Hmm.
Yeah, and also by the
After
way,
a day.
yeah, Charisma Carpenter, famously, not the best of luck when it comes to pregnancies and Angel, but That's something that we can get into later. Anyways, she's gonna freak out when another patient just almost touches her. Well, she's just going near, and she's a lady and stuff like that, and she's gonna freak out over this. The they go into the office. The doctor starts asking for previous information. Now Wesley does a good cover job here by saying, "Oh, we just arrived from England. They don't have the same kind of medical records, I guess, you can get from England." And he says the doctor's going to tell her, "Well, your aches and pains are normal at this stage." Then they're going to get ready for the ultrasound here. The doctor asks if they had chose a name,
Mm-hmm.
just a small talk banter while they're doing the gel and putting the thing over.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Looks like it's going to be twins. Ferris, happy news. Twins.
Beautiful.
Nope.
Beautiful.
Wait. It's going to be triplets.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Quadruplets. Centuplets. There might be six in there. So, whoa. He's getting a little worried. He wants to collect some amniotic fluid. Now, this is getting Wesley a little concerned, and it's not often you see a doctor this aghast and something.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna go back to the bar, or go back to not the bar, but to an apartment where Angel's found Serena, very much in the same boat as Cordelia, but he never even mentions how she was the ringleader and behind getting the girls or whatever. Right now, she says she's opting to drown her sorrows here. She's hitting the bottle, saying, she's hoping that it does hurt the baby. You know what? It's not very responsible of her, I can tell you that. And we go back to Cordelia in the office.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to give her a needle. It's a pretty big needle. So they says count backwards from 5, and it'll be all done. I'm gonna feel a pinch here, Ferris. So she counts backwards from 5, and has to keep repeating 5. Because what takes 5 seconds ends up taking 10 seconds. The fluid that they see comes out, I think at best you can say, unnatural
Like
looking.
orangey.
It is, you know what? It's not terrific. It's not
Mm-hmm.
terrific. It starts cracking the vial while the nurse is holding it. She drops on the floor, it smashes, it melts the floor. Ferris. Plus, they're
Mm-hmm.
doing it to her insides. The doctor is going to politely excuse himself, which I thought was a nice touch.
Mm-hmm.
At least he was a professional enough not to go screaming and yelling his way out of his own thing. Wesley's a mixture here now, a little shock, maybe a little concern. Cordy wants to know what's inside of her. I think that's a fair question to ask. Wesley wants to find Angel, but it turns out Cordy just wants to know if they looked healthy, which is pretty gross.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty gross. This is the bad eggs part that starts getting me, or whatever. She's getting like a psychic connection with these eggs, or with these. What would it even be? It's not even a fetus anymore. It's almost a
I think
full
they're
grown,
like full grown.
almost full grown. They're ready to hatch.
Yeah.
Right out of her. Anyways, Angel's now assuring Serena that's what happening is real. This isn't a bad dream. That her date Jason, she says, also ghosted her. Angel says that she knew something would happen. Serena says she knew something wasn't right since their money smelled. Their money smelled bad.
Mm.
So she thought, well, this is why what's happening. It's like, oh, well, we're gonna find out why it smells so bad a little later. She blames it on how fake and weird LA is. And I think LA is getting, raked over the coals in this one
Yeah.
too. Angel asks if she had anyone to call. She says no, that the guys preferred it that way, and that's how she got Cordy into this mess. Somehow Serena knew enough that, even though Cordy does have parents, guys, and they were only 2 or 3 hours away, because they're poor now. I guess you don't have to worry about them. The ladies then go into simultaneous labor. This can't be good. Wes is going to bring Cordy back to Angel. She knows that he's afraid of what will happen when she gives birth. He tries to reason that he's trying to make sense of the data. I don't know what kind of data he's talking about. She tells him that there's 7 of them. Now she knows what's going on. There's that connection going here. She calls it his children, which is also concerning. And they're all talking to
Mm-hmm.
her. She seems to be an excited partner in creation, which is almost as gross as the most beautiful soul I've ever known line from the last edition of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, guys, Rewatchers Council live Thursdays, 5 o'clock Central Time. Just so you know.
Three
And
o'clock.
now,
3 o'clock Pacific.
how dare you remind people it's 3 o'clock Pacific as well? Anyways, uh, yeah, Wesley's going to let them know that they're not human. It's like, well, no shit. She
Mm-hmm.
wonders if it's okay. People she loves aren't okay with this. She's going to rest. Angel returns, fills Wesley in on the whole Serena situation. Then about those jerks, just getting these ladies knocked up with demons and stuff like that, and then take off. Wesley shows the ultrasound reports. Angel has no clue how many have been impregnated. They know it's at least two. He worries about an army of these little bastards running around.
Mm-hmm.
Serena told Angel that the guys hang out at a gun club, which they would. These guys seem like gun bros. You know what I mean?
A bit,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, he'll find them while Wes researches the possible demon species. This is what he's good at. He's a watcher. He should. This is something he should have been on probably earlier in this. He hopes they can end this without hurting Cordelia. Okay, or they at least know what to do once these things are born. As they leave, they're going to watch as she guzzles a pint of blood from Angel's fridge. Like, okay, I don't
Something's not right here.
some people crave like peanut butter and pickles.
Mm-hmm.
Some just,
Yo, man, you think that's true? Cause my sister-in-law was pregnant 3 times. I never saw her eat crazy stuff.
I think Tanya used to eat crazy stuff, but I can't remember what it
Like,
was.
yeah, like she would be like, "Yo, give me like a burger or like give me a chicken sandwich or something like that." I
Yeah,
never saw her eat nothing wild.
I can't remember what Tanya was eating, but yeah, it was uncommon. I'll just say, especially
Mm-hmm.
for Tanya, she would eat this stuff. Anyways, she never enjoyed a frosty, gallon of pig's blood before. I can tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or she didn't. You never saw.
yeah, she did spend lots of times at butchers.
Yes.
Around back or whatever at there. Now, uh, she also, Angel is going to acknowledge how disgusting this looks. He's
Yes.
going to he's going to have a whole moment here,
Mm-hmm.
and suggests ordering Cordelia pizza. I do like how she walks by, all stern, just saying she was hungry. Like, guys, don't worry about this whole blood thing. She was hungry. Doesn't take long for Angel to find the shitheads, at least. Wilson is going to tell him that it's a private club. Angel says,
Emphasis
yeah,
on private.
okay, Wilson. Angel threatens to kick his ass if he doesn't start talking. Wilson's going to draw on him. Doesn't work in his favor. You know what I mean? Figures
Mm-hmm.
out he's human. Therefore, Maury Povaching himself, I wrote down. Maury Povaching himself, he knows he is not
The
the
father.
father. Ferris, for God's sakes, they were just a link. Angel wants to know how. Wilson doesn't want to doesn't want to give him anything here. So he gets punched in the mouth for it. Like, good for you, Angels. He tries fighting back. This doesn't work. Then we're going to get three other dudes show up. We see Wesley. As he does, he's found an illustration of
Mm-hmm.
the demon. Cordy had sidled up at the time. She gets to see it too. Wes tries to assure her that the middle-aged illustrators, exaggerated. They used to exaggerate quite a bit. He tells her now that they know what did this. They'll be able to stop it, but Cordy isn't having it. She whacks him with the damn book. Tells him that they're not going to hurt her babies.
Knocked him
And,
out. Wang wang bam.
whack him again. Like, it's the problem with having books this week. That's why, you know what? No one ever gets whacked with the internet.
Well, no, it's not even getting whacked with books. Like getting whacked with a paperback book ain't that bad.
I guess so.
It's these
I'd,
hardcover books, man, that do damage.
I'd prefer not to get whacked by even a paperback book if it was that big. Anyways, Wesley's out cold,
Get
and
knocked out by a phone book.
yeah, the douchebags now going to fill Angel in and how they helped pass on the demon seed, which is always a gross way of saying stuff. Angel's
Yeah,
going to make fun of them for doing it to be successful instead of
for being
losers.
for being losers. They are a bunch of losers.
Yeah, yeah, especially anybody with a goatee. Like,
Jason.
come on, guys, just
I
pick.
I almost shaved all of this and had a goatee.
You know how long I had a goatee for once?
What? What?
A minute. I had a beard. I started cutting it off in spots or whatever. I took one picture at one point. I'll show you that picture. It's also a picture that you guys. There's a picture of my buddy who had a goatee, and you guys decided to put that on Discord, thinking it was me.
Danny
No,
thought it was you.
not me. Not me. That's almost
It looks nothing
it
like
was
you, by the
uncle.
way. Too.
It's
It looks
uncle.
nothing like looking back on it, Rob. That looks nothing like you.
It didn't look.
I don't know why we went with it with Danny. I don't know.
I think I said because we're Canadian. Is it because we're Canadian? We look alike because we're
Maybe,
Canadian.
maybe.
Ridiculous.
Well, you
Anyways,
look nothing like Ryan, so there's that.
no, that's true. Well, he's from Ottawa. Now, Angel Angel presses.
Why you say that was so much malice? Nice from Ottawa.
Oh boy, Wilson is Angel's gonna press Wilson now. Where this demon is, he needs to know. Wilson's had enough. He's been punched in the mouth. He's been called a loser. He's gonna shoot Angel 3 times. Doesn't work out great for Wilson because we're gonna get the vamp face Angel here. Proceeds to kick the living shit out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna watch as Cordy and the others start gathering. And I don't know if this is
I did like the scene where he's like, you know what? I actually don't like when people shoot me.
I don't blame him.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
must
blame him at
sting.
all.
It must sting.
Okay, two things we've known for sure. I don't want to get hit by a book of any kind.
Yes,
I don't want to get shot 3 times either in the stomach.
yes, and live.
And well, I would prefer to live. Let's also say
Okay,
that
yes, yes.
I would
Yeah,
if I get shot 3 times in the stomach, I would prefer to survive.
yes, yes.
I would think that would
But if
be
we were both like Angel,
yeah, I guess
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like no, like shooting you with a wooden bullet in the heart or something like that. That'd be fine. So yeah, we're gonna see Cordy and them all start to gather now. I don't know what kind of building this is. It always looks like it's supposed to be deserted or something, but
It
like
looks like some industrial factory near the train
that's what I
track.
said. I think maybe it was a factory, but the lights are on and they're steam, so there's some kind of power running through this thing. This place, but it's
There's a bunch of abandoned
okay.
buildings across America, so it's probably one of them.
Yeah, there's it looks like 7 of these particularly infected, let's say, ladies, all wearing just regular clothes, by the way, which may be important for a
Hmm.
second. Angel awakens. We get to see an unconscious Wesley. He wakes Wesley up or whatever.
A phone call.
He gets a phone call from a payphone. Let's shout out.
Shout out to the payphones, man.
Whoever, of course, everybody has like a cell phone. Even Angel has a cell phone. He
Hmm.
just doesn't use it. He decided to do a payphone for some reason. Anyways, he's casually plucking the bullets from himself
Hmm.
while all this is going on. Wesley's going to let him know that it's a Haxel beast. Oh, why would it have to be a Haxel beast? He starts blaming himself for Cordelia knocking him out and running off after getting a little protective of her offspring. He sees and after seeing the Haxel's picture, then we get to see Angel tell him that he's gone to where these dummies built their shrine in Reseda. I guess this
Shout
is
out
where all,
Rosita.
yeah,
Karate
Reseda.
Kid.
Yes. You know what? They're not going to be entering the All Valley Karate Championship,
No, they're not.
one of the most prestigious and important karate tournaments in the
Of
world.
all time.
Anyways, Cordy's being drawn there through a psychic umbilical cord. They figure out no demon, no pregnancies. So all they have to do is get rid of this demon. Should be a pretty easy task. No, wait. It turns out this particular demon almost impossible to kill. Angel has a plan though. And ladies, as for them, somehow they've all gotten into matching ceremonial birthing gowns. They just had these things waiting for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go
Like
into a
it's like a weird episode of Mad Max Fury Road.
yeah. I was thinking Mad Max. I was thinking Handmaid's Tale, those kind of things, because it all looked
Well,
very
Hammett said they were
ceremonial.
yeah.
So that hot tub they go in, gross. They go into a rather gross looking hot tub, I guess, kind of thing, some kind of pool ish thing. Angel and Wesley are going to show up. At least you see Wesley at the time. He tells Cordelia to get
Mm.
out of there.
Is the filthiest filth he's ever smelt.
I wrote down what it is. I can't remember it exact, but when I get to it, I'm going to talk about it because I
Mm.
thought, oh yeah, he says the pool is the most vile smelling filth
Filth.
he's ever had the
Yeah.
displeasure of
Yeah.
inhaling,
Yes.
which is a nice thing. Yeah, I've had people say that about me before, which is pretty. When people say that to you, take it hard. I don't think there's any way about it. Now we know why. The money smelled, because I guess that money was given by somehow by
Mm-hmm.
this demon. Some things just aren't supposed to make sense, I suppose. Anyways, Cordy says they serve her master, and then this master is going to start approaching. Wesley said it was huge. And on Buffy the Vampire Slayer and on Angel, when they say something's big, like one time they said a demon was 3 meters tall, which would be 9 feet. This thing was more like 6 feet. So you figure, oh, they exaggerate the heights on this franchise quite a bit. This thing was actually pretty big. They when they said it was huge, they weren't joking around this time. And then it starts to question who the interloper is and why
Mm-hmm.
he's messing with his children's births, which isn't cool. Uh,
What a phrase, interloper.
yeah, I use it actually quite a bit. Wesley informs him of who and what he is. He's Wesley Wyndham Price, Ferris. Rogue,
I'm gonna start using interloper a little bit more. It's like
sure.
someone's like it's like this is none of your business, interloper. Get out of here.
Yeah, you're uninvited. You're
Yeah,
an
it's like curmudgeon. It's a good word.
oh boy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, curmudgeon.
Sure, much. Yeah. So he's a rogue demon hunter, and he's gonna fight this gigantic demon to the death. He's gonna refer to the tale of David and Goliath here. I'm gonna say this: that demon lip syncing here, not great. This wasn't the best demon mouth work they've ever done. I'm gonna just say that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Controversial, but I mean it. Anyways, Wesley's going to stall for time. Angel's going to enter with a gift here. A little what do they call this? Like a gift for the father of the child and stuff like that, newborn.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out he's got this gigantic canister of liquid nitrogen, which is easy to get, pretty simple to get. Rolls it down, and then the demon catches it. Wesley's gonna shoot this thing. The demon, as this liquid nitrogen starts steaming out of here, decides not to move. You know what? He's like, I'm just gonna sit here and take this.
Mm-hmm.
So he might be big, he may be powerful, maybe invisible, but he isn't very smart. We get to see the women screaming in pain as all this is going on. The demon is eventually going to freeze. Yeah, these, you know, the the bursts, stop. I think in certain parts of the United States of America, these ladies could all uh, go to jail for quite some time, for not carrying these things through to the actual birth. But that's a political thing that I don't have to worry about as a Canadian. Now, they all climb out of this cesspool. Cordy's the one who's going to end up smashing this demons to bit with like a pail on a rope for whatever reason. She
Mm-hmm.
mentions again how much she hates dating. She always mentions this, yet she keeps wanting to date. She had this whole thing with Doyle. It didn't take long for her to get over Doyle. I can tell you that. Anyways, Wes has tidied Cordy's desk up in anticipation of her return back to the office. It's been 2 days. She brags about an audition she had, tells them that she's the producer's first choice. They're gonna go out for dinner together. No boy, these
Hell
guys
yeah.
are. They're trying to rationalize it, and Cordy lets him know he just wants her to be impregnated by his demon master to get the part. So, at least she has a good sense of humor about this, and Wesley is, not holding the whole knocking him unconscious thing to her, which
Hmm.
is also, yeah. She tells him she's okay. She tells him all the things she's learned about how men suck. We get it. There's no blame on Serena here, by the way. Serena, who actually introduced her to all these guys, knowing what could happen. She gets off scot free. But, anyways, she says she has two people she can trust with her life, making Wesley
Well,
cry.
I don't think Serena got away scot free.
Well,
Well,
she
no
did.
way, she did.
Yeah,
No,
she
she
did.
did.
Yep,
Yeah, she
she
did. No way, she
100% did.
did. Yeah,
Wait a
she did.
minute. She did 100%. And
Yeah,
that's the end of the episode. Next time, oh boy.
because I forgot. When they killed the monster, her baby also died. So yeah, she got
Yeah.
away scot free. She should be punished.
Nope. She's gonna be the. Guess what? And such good friends with Cordelia, we will never ever see her again. So there you go.
Well, I think for a good reason.
Well, I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Now, next time we're gonna see some. We've had demons from hell come by. We have
Hmm.
evil lawyers, and we're gonna get some an interdimensional version of like the Handmaid's Tale almost here, where we got women trying to escape. It's all crazy stuff. It's all gonna happen next time on the Angel Edition of Rewatchers Council. Thank you everybody for watching and or listening. Ferris Mathana, thank you, buddy. Please tell everyone what's happening with you on the Let's Get Ready Network.
Yep, you can find me today, 4:30 live on the Good Friends Better Rivals on our sports channel, Good Friends Better Rivals. Me and Caleb are going to talk the positional groups of the NFC East and ranking them. See where the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys fall in those rankings. And then tomorrow, Guardians of the Galaxy, the MCU Rewatchers Council, 3 o'clock.
I was going to say spoiler alert about those rankings. Cowboys, Giants, probably not super high.
No, probably
Melissa,
not.
probably not super high. Maybe not
Um,
last.
maybe not last.
Maybe not
We'll see.
last.
We'll see.
Okay. No LGRN after Snark this coming weekend. Everybody will be back in a week to talk about Squid Game. So watch for that.
Hmm.
We got Rewatchers Councils up to Yahoo. Thursdays Buffy. Fridays Angels. Saturdays with the MCU. Thank you everybody for watching and listening. And in the words of who? Let's see. Wesley Wyndham Price. I want to bid you all a very good night and say we'll all see you next time.